Influential agent. Today, I am here to give you all the details about the brand new product we have called the Digital Training Experience. And I am here to give you all the details and to answer all of your questions. So let me start off with what is the Digital Training Experience, you guys? It is up to date, smart real estate training, teaching you on the latest and greatest with technology and marketing strategies, that are changing all the time. Therefore, your real estate training has to change with it. And as the market evolves, you have to evolve too. And your business has to evolve. And guess what? In order for both of those to evolve, your training has to evolve. I've got a special guest here with me today. First, I'm going to give you a stat though. Did you know that the National Association of Realtor membership count is at over 1.58 million. That's a 58% increase from 2012 when there was around 1 million agents, you guys. So competition is fierce. And on top of that, the market has already started to shift. So your training has to shift as well. Your business has to evolve, and that's what we're here to help you do. So I'd like to welcome my better half and also the other trainer of the Digital Training Experience. Welcome, Jason, the Rook.
Yay! Hello, my love.
Hey.
Well, hello there.
Well, what's so exciting about the Digital Training Experience is not only are we back as far as in the training classes, you and I have been so busy with our coaching clients over the last few years that we really haven't done a lot of training classes, and we have been getting calls and requests into the office. When are you guys training again? And a lot of people haven't seen you, Jason, or myself, but especially you, Jason, also known as the Rook in the training world, because you've been helping so many of our coaching clients.
Yes, I'm really excited to come back and start training again. It has been a long time. You know, we talk to agents still on a daily basis. It's just more behind the scenes, or if I'm, like you said, if I'm doing a class, then it's for, you know, our sphere influencer people. So the fact that I get to come back and take everything that I've been learning, I've took like about a 3-year hiatus since I've been out in
You
public.
say hiatus, but you really just haven't. You've been working more than ever. You're doing sales and
Well, yeah, that's
marketing for
true.
Influential Agent, our company, and coaching inside of Sphere Influencer. So you haven't had any hiatus. You just haven't had the time to be out front in the public because you're so busy helping the influential agents
Yeah,
that
I think there's a
are
better way to
within the
say it.
company.
Absolutely. Yeah, totally. So I get to come back.
Yeah.
Excited.
Hey. Yeah, we're so glad to have you back. And I know there's a lot of people that are going to be so excited to have you back at the forefront. Not that you ever went anywhere, but where they can see you. So we're here to introduce them to the Digital Training Experience, you guys. We have heard as people call in how they're frustrated with traditional real estate training classes and some of the different scenarios that there was really 3 different scenarios that realtors kept bringing up. One was that they would go to a class and felt like the information was just outdated, meaning like because the truth is most classes, and you and I both know this because we've trained for a lot of real estate associations and major companies, is that most of those training books were written 5, 10, and you guys even 20 years ago in some cases. And so their frustration was they're wasting time sitting in class on marketing strategies that do not apply or work as well in today's world.
And I remember being asked to, so it makes you laugh thinking about it.
What?
I remember being asked to train about a marketing topic, and you know, they give you kind of like a pamphlet or something. It's like, hey, this has been taught in the past. I was like, this is MySpace. I don't know if you meant to say MySpace. I don't know if you want to be talking about that because that's not really a thing anymore.
We don't do that anymore.
I didn't
But it
blame
was what was
anybody
in the
for it, but
book.
it was just like, hey, it was in the book. And I'm like, I'm not teaching this book. I'm going to teach something else.
Yeah, exactly. And I think that's the case in a lot of times. And frankly, we really just don't have time for outdated content. I mean, this is a world where competition is fierce and we all
Yeah.
have bills to pay. We don't just have bills to pay. We want to thrive in a shifting market and we want you to fulfill your big why in life. And that's going to require big businesses, which require
Yeah.
up to date marketing strategies. So, what we wanted to do with the digital training experience was make sure that that's what you had. Now, that was scenario number one. If you're watching on any of our platforms, let us know in the chat. Um,
Wait, babe.
yes.
Sorry, didn't mean to interrupt. When you go to the chat scene, do me a quick favor. Just make sure that only one mic is on versus both, because we're
Oh,
getting
look,
feedback.
I'm on there twice.
Yeah, so you need to look at your sound settings.
Well, I'm not going to worry about that right now because I don't want to.
Okay. I was gonna
So,
say, because your sound settings were off.
okay, I'm not going to worry about that. I'm going to keep going since we're already live. So, that was one scenario, just taking outdated training, and ain't nobody got time for that. A second scenario that people had been talking about was simply maybe being in a class where it's not outdated information. Maybe they're listening to a top agent train a class, or maybe they went to a convention to take a class from somebody, but they left the training class and had no idea how they're going to implement anything they just learned into their own business. So they got to hear how awesome that agent was and how great their business is doing, but they left with no applicable action steps that would let them know how to replicate that for their own businesses. That's another
I
common
think
thing.
this is I think this is probably the one that most agents can relate to. Definitely the ones that have been calling us is the fact that, hey, I went to this awesome class. I'm like, sweet. What was it over? Oh, it was over X topic. Awesome. What'd you learn? I can't remember.
Yeah.
Or I took notes and I haven't had a chance to get those notes squared away. Or I didn't know. I still got to do a ton of research even after my class. And I would even venture to say that my classes when I first started were like that. I had all these ideas and I wanted to share all of them with everybody. And it was well, how do you do it? And
Yeah.
it wasn't until I started much later and got a process down. Like, who cares about the shiny penny new thing if I can't give somebody the, hey, just do this, or here are the 5 steps, or here's the one thing you need. I found it was received better. I found that people got more out of my classes. So I went from just trying to get all these thoughts and process out of my head, but in no formidable fashion, to having agents be able to go, okay, yeah, I got that. And you explained it how I need to do
Right.
it. Thank you so much. And I see that a lot.
Yeah.
Great class, awesome information. What did you learn a day or two
No way
later?
to
I
apply
don't
it.
know. Yeah.
Yeah. So that would be scenario two. You guys, a third scenario was that they maybe people are looking to take classes online now, drive less. Obviously, a lot has changed in the last few years. We've all evolved into more of the online world, but they're taking an online class, which are typically pre recorded. There's no interaction. And when there's no interaction, typically they're bored, they start multitasking, and they're not really paying attention. And then what happens is you're so bored that once you have completed that course, typically you don't remember anything almost immediately. So those were the
Yeah.
top 3 scenarios we had. And so with the digital training experience, you guys, we are on a mission to change that. We want to make sure that your classes, let's go. We're on a mission to change how classes are done in the real estate industry. And so with the digital training experience, I'm going to just quickly tell you what you get, and then we're going to answer all of your questions. But with the digital training experience, Jason and I had sat down, listened to the feedback of all the agents, and are like, okay, instead of traveling around to different offices and only being able to impact a few, I would rather us train here whenever possible so that we could reach you where you wanted to be reached online. But we wanted to give you a live interactive classroom where you were with us here, just like you're with us now. Thank you for watching. And you could have an up-to-date class. It's not something that was necessarily pre-recorded. It's something that we know is live, interactive, and up to date. And we know that it's going to be a strategy that's going to work in your business today.
And I think it's, I take a look at the landscape of training and how it has been, because you're right. Since the pandemic, man, we all just went online and we lived there. And I don't know about you, but Zoom meetings are like, the thought of joining a Zoom class, and it's a meeting machine that people evolved it into a training aspect. But from a trainer standpoint, from our standpoint, Zoom was incredibly limiting. And so we have the capabilities to have that experience, something like you've
Mhm.
never experienced before, with, just the way we go about doing things. The fact that even nowadays, you just saw it switched from both of us being on screen to me being on the screen. And there is something about the ability to have that level of interaction where we can pull comments on the screen, not just one at a time, but absolutely have discussions with both of us on camera, and being able to send files and presentations. It's just, and do that in a mobile setting or in a remote setting is awesome.
Yeah.
I
And
love it.
even showing our phone or showing you interactively how to do something online. All of that's going to be included, but there is going to be, guys, in the digital training experience, which, by the way, has already launched, but our first class is on Thursday. I'll get to that in just a second.
Let's
But what
go.
what you get with the digital training experience is two interactive live classes every single month. One will be with me and one will be with the Rook. He's
But I
back.
just want to make sure this is very clear. It's not a
Yes.
competition. I mean, if one of our classes have to be more popular, I'm
Okay,
just
good to
saying.
know. Good to know. Just because you say it so, like while we're here at the house, it will definitely be a competition.
Well,
Yeah, no, okay. Well, either way, we're here. It works to your benefit, our competitive natures, because we're going to make sure our classes are rocking every single month. So you get two online interactive classes that are live, and also you're going to get one live Q&A with both of us per month. So what that allows you to do is, as you go to implement some of the things that you're learning in class, and by the way, every single class that we're going to be teaching, you will leave with action steps. So in other words, if you just learned Instagram Reels, for example, you're going to have some action steps. You're going to know exactly what to do when you leave that class if you decide to implement Reels into your business, which obviously can then be repurposed to TikTok, YouTube Shorts, all the goods. But the point being is, if you learn something that you want to implement, you will know how to do that when the class ends. So as you go to implement, if you run into questions or you had other ideas
Mm.
that you wanted to talk about, that's where you can really utilize that monthly Q&A. I don't know if
I,
you have something.
I'm so excited for that. No, I just do, because if you're taking classes, or so you're taking notes in a class, you kind of lose that. Oh, I got to make sure I remember this, or I've got to make sure. Okay, I remember vividly standing in front of agents, like, all right, here are the four things you need to know. And all I saw was the top of agent's head, because the minute I said the four things, boom, I'm
They're
okay, I'm
writing
ready.
it
I'm
down.
writing it down. I'm one of the four, and I'm like going, I would lose that connection, because sometimes it's not about the information. It's just, I need for you to understand exactly what I'm saying. And in my
Yeah.
head, there was a frustration that said, if I could just take the note part out, if I could make them just listen, and then it's like, when we were talking about, the digital training experience, is like, well, we'll just give them those 4 points, and
Yeah.
so that they can, receive it, having the confidence that they're going to walk away with those 4 things. You don't have to take them down. They're going to be ready to go with them. And I
And they're
just
going
think
to
that's
know
so
the
cool. I'm
how
very
part.
excited for that.
Yeah, the how part is so
Yeah.
incredibly important. Not just the notes, but the how, the formulas. So this, whether it be the script or the how to or a video, those are all going to be included, guys. That's what I'm so excited about. So if you do have questions as you go to implement or want to brainstorm ideas around that, then that monthly Q&A is going to be the right place for you. It gives you access to the dream team here at Influential Agent, and we're so excited to be able to do that with you. So the first thing you get is those two classes every single month, one with myself, one with the Rook. The next thing would be the monthly live Q&A, and that is exclusive to members of the digital training experience. And the next thing you get is going to be our access membership to the training vault. Now, what is that, Jason?
So the training vault is cool. I'll do my cool voice.
It's the training vault.
Oh, yeah, it is awesome. It's going to be where you can have access to every single class that we're teaching. So, for example, you got a class coming up, how to recession proof your business. You're like, oh, I'm signed up, I'm excited. And then something comes up and you can't make it. You have the complete confidence to know that I can come to this spot, I can see that class, I can watch it. If there's a question that I have, boom, I can ask that question. I'm going to have all the files, all the downloads ready to go. And this is only going to build each and every single
Yeah.
class that we are giving to you is going to be put in that vault for you to consume at a later date.
I love that because stuff
If need
does
be.
come up, While we highly encourage you to come to the live training classes because I believe you get a lot out of it by being the energy from the instructors and the students will be huge. That training vault will be great in case you have family emergencies, business emergencies, but also, Jason, when it's also good is when you go to implement, sometimes you want to review what the instructor said, but
Yeah.
you want to be able to fast forward to like a certain period because you're like, I know he talked about that in the middle of class. Or
Yeah.
maybe they want to tell their assistant how to help them and they could just say, listen, just have their
Oh, yeah.
assistant, watch that part of the class to help them with it. So those recordings are going to come in handy. And like you said, they're only going to build up the more classes that we do. So the training vault is awesome. And then the last feature, of course, is we're going to have a private Facebook group where you will have a bunch of real estate besties that are doing what you are doing, which is trying to stay up to date on the latest and greatest marketing strategies in real estate. And so all four of those things are for you as your value when you join the digital training experience. It is not a coaching program. That is one of the common
No.
questions we have been getting in because we are coaches and we do
Yeah.
have a coaching program called Sphere Influencer. This is not a coaching program, however. So that would, I guess, lead me to the first question, Jason, that we have gotten the most,
Yeah.
which is how is this different than Sphere Influencer? Because so many of you are in our Sphere Influencer program, or maybe you've heard of it because it's what we're known for. So how is this different? And if it's okay with you, Jason, I'm going to take this on since that's my baby, Sphere
Yeah. No,
Influencer.
take that one, babe. Oh, talk about it, babe.
Okay, thank you. So how is this different than Sphere Influencer, you guys? It is very different. Sphere Influencer is a coaching program, but it also includes the tools. So in Sphere Influencer, you shouldn't have this or that. Everyone needs Sphere Influencer. That is the foundation to your business because think about it, no matter how many classes you take to learn how to bring in different pipelines of leads, which is a lot of what we're going to be talking about is marketing up on the front end. Okay. Well, when those leads come in, let me know in the comments, when a lead converts, where does it go to? It goes to your MET database, also known as your sphere of influence. So your sphere of influence should have the best, most rock solid marketing plan that there ever was because it's the foundation for your business. If you do not have a solid sphere marketing system going using the latest in technology, you can take as many classes as you want, get all the new leads, and all you're doing is like pouring water into a pitcher with holes in it. And you will never get off the rat race if you don't have a solid Sphere marketing system. So with Sphere Influencer, it's a true coaching program, and it's also a marketing system where we supply you with your video scripts, your Facebook ads, like just a full 6-point system for your Sphere marketing. That's what Sphere Influencer is, and that is a separate program. So how is the digital training experience different? The digital training experience is not a coaching program. It is real estate education classes, I guess is the best way I'm bringing you back on, Jason. But it's classes.
Hey, I'm back.
You're back. It's classes. So instead of taking a class where you might typically take a class or in addition to, we want to make sure that you're taking classes that are up to date with those actionable steps that you can take from top trainers, but you'll have easy access to it online and at an affordable rate. So it is not coaching. So if you already have a coach, this can be in addition to. These are real estate classes. And Jason, the way I would describe it is not only is it up-to-date information, but with the actionable steps you need at the end, but we're more on the front end, you guys. That's what we're known for, is more of the lead generation,
Yeah.
more of the marketing side of things, more of the video, social media, technology side of things. What we're not going to be
Right.
teaching you is contract questions, how to write contracts. That's once you have the transaction. But what do you always say, Jason, about what you're saying about those things don't matter necessarily yet?
They don't. One of the things that I always like to say is that you don't get to be a realtor until you're an effective marketer. That's just, and I think that's with anything. You're prepping for that listing presentation. You're stressing about the website and your business cards. That's all well and good, but I need business. I need leads to show them how amazing that I am at that listing presentation or at those objective handling skills. I give me leads. It's one of the biggest questions I have. And as you're going through and as you're saying all these different things that people are getting, I cannot help but think of all the instances that I remember in training classes that once that class was done, man, there would be a line of agents who wanted to talk to me. And I tried to answer as many questions I had, but as a trainer, I had to hurry up and leave and get to my next appointment. How awesome is it going to be for you guys to be able to take a training class? And if you've got questions, boom, you can jump on a call. You'll be able to ask us. We've got a private Facebook group. You can put questions in there. I mean, I'm excited for it. That's to be, because as a trainer, why do we train? Why do we teach? We teach because we want to help as many people as we can. That's the passion that we've got. And whenever you have to leave and someone didn't get their question answered, you feel bad as a trainer, and that's just me just being honest. And so I am very, very infatuated with the fact that I get to help people. It has always been something that I've enjoyed doing, taking complex ideas and breaking them down to someone that anyone can understand and step by step. So there's no stress, because you're more likely to do something if that fear is gone. And so I don't know. I tend to geek out a lot about that because I think that's very, very awesome to now be able to help people as often. If they have questions, we're there for them. If they need to go back, instead of just coming into a place, teaching one class, and then I got to go, and not getting to teach the follow-up thoughts or the follow-up idea to that class is something I'm very excited. I'm looking forward to it. I am. Yeah. As much as people are looking forward to it and the feedback we're getting, I'm also looking forward to it as a trainer.
Oh, I love that about you. I can feel your passion. Okay, so another question.
I'm Latin. That's what we do.
That's what you do.
We're Latin, and we just have a ton of passion. That's what Latins are. So
okay.
Sorry, not sorry.
Sorry, not sorry. Sexy Mexi.
Sorry, not
All
sorry.
All right, so we'll move on as we go down that. So the next common question we also get, you guys, is do I have to be tech savvy to take your classes for the digital training experience? And you do not have to be tech savvy, but you do have to be willing to get out of your comfort zone. Okay? Because if you're somebody who
That's a good way to do it.
You will never get on camera. You hate social media. You think that if you're often challenged and then decide it's too hard for you because of your age, you've instantly told yourself you can't do it, then no matter how good our class is, you're not going to be able to do it because it's the power of the mind. You think you can, you can. You think you can't, you can't. We've had people say, oh, Jason, I can't do that. You're just so much younger than me. My age group just doesn't know how to do that. Or they'll even say it to me, and Jason will go, well, wait, how old are you? And they'll say their age, and Jason's like, I'm older than you.
Don't mistake the fact that I act incredibly immature sway you. I'm just saying that, yeah, I've had several occasions where an agent would come out. It's like, look, man, I'm not young like you. I can't, this stuff is a little bit more challenging for me. And I would seriously, I know that we talk about this a lot, babe, as far as what I should ask or what's okay to ask and what's not. But my instinct was like, well, how old are you? And they would tell me, and 9 times out of 10, they were younger than I was.
Yes.
And so I always found that just very interesting.
So and what you have to understand is, are you willing to say how old you are, Jason, just to give people perspective, or?
Oh yeah, I'm 49, so I'll be 50 in June next year.
Next year, yeah, you're 49, and I'm 46. So when I grew up, I didn't have computers. I did not have
Mhm.
any of that stuff. So, to say if we can do it, anyone can do it. You guys, when I got my first job
Yeah.
with a computer, I didn't know what copy and paste was. So you don't have to be tech savvy to get into our courses or our classes. You have to be open minded and you have to be willing to be uncomfortable because you're trying new things. And remember, you guys, the
Yeah.
comfort zone is where dreams go to die. So if you plan to not do anything that's challenging, then you're not going to be able to evolve. And I'm going to tell you the truth right now, you will not make it in real estate. Okay? It is just the truth. We are evolving. You just saw you have more competition than ever as realtors. Your sphere knows a
Yeah.
dozen other agents. Our NAR membership is up 58%. What did I say? It was 58%. Okay.
Yeah.
And the market is shifting now, and it's going to start going the other direction now. It's cyclical. Real estate always does. Been in it 20 years, so this is no surprise to you if you've been in the business a long time. What happens though when you experience a shift is there will be a cleanup of NAR members. Okay. And you don't want to
Yeah.
be the one left behind. So it doesn't matter if you've had your license for 20 years or 1 or 2 years. Are you staying up to
Mhm.
date on what's working right now? And are you willing to evolve? Because if you're willing to evolve and put in the work, you're going to excel past everyone else. And that's what we want to make sure that you're able to do with the digital training experience. I don't want you guessing what's working and not working. We are going to
Mhm.
tell you what's working and then help you to do it in
And it's
phenomenal
interesting
classes.
the fact that you brought up the shift, because we're just having conversation with a broker the other day about this, is that they are having agents who have no idea what to do because a home was on the market longer than a week, because they've only had their license during the time when things were
Yeah.
amazing.
Yeah.
And so now that the home has been on the market for like a week, 2 weeks, they're like, what am I doing wrong? What do I need to do? I have no idea how to handle this. And so let me know in the chat for my agents who've been in for 5 and 6 and 8 years. Can you imagine having an agent going, hey, I got a house that's been on the market for like 3 weeks.
What do I
What am
do?
I doing wrong? They're like, nothing. You're not doing anything wrong. That's where
That's just
we're at.
normal.
But to understand the stresses that brokerages are having, it's like, man, how do I train that? Because they just have one agent in this scenario. They might have 50, they might have 100 agents in this scenario. What do they need? They need to understand that the way they market themselves, their business, their listings has evolved. And if it doesn't, they will be floundering. And maybe I'm talking to you. Maybe you just got your license and this is all new. Don't stress out. All you just need to do is adjust how we market and how do we react to that shift with the marketing experiences that we're going to be teaching you guys.
Yeah. Another harsh reality that I didn't think I was going to bring up today, but it's not just the shift. It's not just that you have more competition than you've literally ever had as far as members of realtors, but there's a third one.
Mm,
I haven't even brought this up on our sales page or our videos or anything, but I'm very passionate about this, Jason. Your competition is also Zillow. Your competition is Redfin. Your competition is Realtor.com. Like, I didn't even mention any of those
yeah.
before. And here's my vision, and I've been saying this for over 10 years. And we're here now. It used to be like, this is what's coming, guys.
Yeah.
This is what's coming. We're already
I
here now.
remember you talking about this.
Thank you.
Totally know what you're going to say.
Thank you. And I said it, and I'm going to stick to it, is we're at a point where not only is real estate agents going to get cleaned up and cleaned out by these companies, but you will fall into one of two categories because they're going to force you to, okay, with how much technology and money they have backing it. You're either going to have to become a discount broker in order to stay alive from those other companies, or you are going to shift to the opposite extreme where you are a creme de la creme agent charging not just the same, but more than everybody else because you provide extra value and services that they cannot get anywhere else. And whoever is left in the middle is going to get eaten alive. That is my opinion. Okay, take it for what you will. You will fall into one of those two categories. So, with the digital training experience, it allows us to talk about the latest and greatest so that you can be the creme de la creme agent. Okay, so that you can be the white glove service, so that you know how to market using the latest strategies, not just with postcards. We don't want you to have to be a discount broker. We want you to charge
Right.
more. It's no different than why people buy Mercedes Benz when they can get from point A to point B with the Ford Fusion. Well, why are people paying more if both cars get them from point A to point B? It's because of the experience. It's because of the
Yeah.
value. And that's what we're excited to bring you with the digital training experience, is that Mercedes Benz of training, so that you can be the Mercedes Benz
Oh,
agent. Okay?
man.
Or
I
insert
want that
whatever
training.
luxury car you have. For some of you, you're like, I don't like a Benz. Okay, well, whatever your luxury car is,
You're missing the point.
you're missing the point.
I think that, but I think it's so good. I love when you start talking about stuff like that, because it's so true that, as the market shifts, there is a natural pruning of agents. And I don't think we don't like that. We don't enjoy that. We're definitely not going to be teaching classes of how to be an amazing discount brokerage. We
Yeah.
want you to live abundantly. We want you to have all your hopes and dreams. We want you to, live in whatever you want and reach that big why. But it's the training, the knowledge, the practice, the implementation of these things that get you there.
Mm-hmm.
And so let's go. Can we talk about the first couple of classes, or are we there yet?
Yeah, let me answer the one last question we have, unless anybody has any in the chat. And Shelby, if you're seeing any comments that I'm not seeing or questions, be sure to slack it to me. But
Slack it to me.
slack it to me.
Slack it to me. Slack it to me.
We've got another.
This is why we will not be teaching classes together. So we can stay on track.
Because we will have some fun, right? We're going to have fun regardless, right? So some people ask, is there accountability in these courses? Because some of you feel like you need extra accountability. And the answer is no, there is not. Because this is not a coaching program. This is real estate classes. Okay, it is not a coaching program. So we will not have any accountability, but what we will have is actionable steps that you can take yourself at the end of each training, so you don't feel alone. You'll also have access to us with any questions you have or to brainstorm things, but we aren't going to be calling you, asking you if you did what you were supposed to do. Because this is not a coaching program, it's real estate classes. So I think does that kind of answer that, Jason, or would you say it differently?
Yeah, I definitely think it does. And if you have that expectation of needing accountability, then
there's lots of coaches out there for that.
Oh yeah. Okay, now can we talk about the class?
Yeah. So let's tell them about the investment as well, Jason, because right now we have, first you can tell them what the first two classes are, and then let's tell them about the investment.
Okay. All right. So the first two classes out of the gate, hold on. I want to do my radio voice. All right, so what you're going to experience the first two classes from the digital training experience is going to be class number 1, how to recession-proof your business. And in this class, the amazing Amber Joy is going to take you through all of the awesomeness that you're going to need in order to recession-proof your business. But wait, there's more. Class number 2 is mastering Instagram Reels. Vertical video is here to stay, and I want to give you all the tools that you're going to need, all the things, but doing it in a proper order so that it's easy, so that it's quick, and so that you can absolutely increase that digital presence of yours.
Boom.
How was that?
It was good. Your voice, the volume goes really low, though, for some reason when you use those other voices, but we can hear you.
I'll have to crank that then.
Yeah, because we can hear you great and loud now. It's just when you switch the things. So those are
the old-timey radio voice.
That is our first two classes here in August. The first one is on Thursday, August 18th. The next one's on the 31st. But remember, when you're a member of the digital training experience, you will get access to the vault. So if you already had an appointment time on Thursday and missed that first class, don't worry, you guys, because all of these will be recorded and you will have access to the training vault to watch any of them that you may have missed, or you watch them again to review the information, or have your assistant watch them so that they can help you implement some of the things that you're learning in these awesome classes. So what's really exciting is because we have not had our first class yet, all the way up
Mhm.
until we have 2 more days that we're in the introductory rate, Jason.
That is true, according to my code.
So I believe Wednesday at right before midnight, 11:59
Mhm.
is the last time
Yeah.
that you can sign up for the digital training experience and receive the introductory rate. So the introductory rate, you guys, is an investment in your business of $97 a month to receive, again, 2 classes per month, one live Q&A session. You're also going to get a membership access to the Vault, which has all the past training courses in them, and access to the private Facebook group. We also have 3 amazing bonuses. Jason, I don't have those pulled up in front of me, so you can help me remember them. But we have 3 amazing bonuses that are available. One is 150 lead sources download.
Mhm.
One is
Mhm.
21 video text scripts. Those are awesome.
Yes.
And what's the third one?
The third one's pretty awesome, guys. The third one is a real estate template library in Canva. So if you want to be posting on pretty much any social media platform, we have put together how many designs? I think 192 or templates that you get. They're in 2 sizes. There's in 4x5, which is a portrait mode, and then there's 9x16, which is a story mode. They're animated, they're static, and they can be 100% customized, and they are awesome.
Yeah. So those are the 3 bonuses for the people that sign up for the digital training experience during our introductory rate period. We're also doing one last thing. You can either choose to do a month-to-month membership, which is $97 a month investment, or when you sign up for the year, instead of doing month to month, you sign up for a year's worth. We are giving you, just for the next 2.5 days, 3 months for free. So that has been a very popular plan, because as soon as that introductory
Yeah.
rate expires, we're not going to be given 3 months for free anymore, and the rate goes up. So you want to get in, guys, during the introductory rate.
Well, it's like $3.23 a day if you're signing up for $97 a month. I think it's even less than that
Sweet.
at the 873,
Less than
which is
Starbucks.
awesome.
And I would like to say our investment brings you closings, not just coffee.
$2.40 a day if you sign up for the year. I
Come
mean,
on now.
come on. Come
Investment.
on. Now,
That's a no-brainer.
like you said, when the classes start, then the price is going to go increase. So
Yes, that is just the introductory
get in
rate. So we wanted to
now.
come on live today and answer the top 3 questions that we get the most, tell you what comes with it, what is the digital training experience, what comes with it, what are the bonuses, what are the investments, and all that has been covered. So if you just joined us, just go back and listen to this later, and you'll get access to all of the details, all of the questions. I don't see any other
All
questions in
the
the
Twitters.
chat, unless you do, Jason. Do we have any questions that we have
No, I don't
not
see any.
covered? Okay, I don't either.
But as with anything, especially when it comes to Facebook Lives, most people are watching this after the fact. So I'm talking to you, people who didn't watch this live. If you got questions, put them comments right below this video, and we will make sure that we answer them.
And if you are wondering, if you're watching this later, when does the introductory rate end? That is on Wednesday the 17th, 11:59, right before midnight. That's
Yes.
when that website switches over. So if you happen to be watching this later, they're like, well, when is 2 days? Then you'll know. Okay.
Well, there's also a countdown timer on the page itself. Just to let you know when that countdown timer gets to 0, I know because I made it. Then yeah, those prices disappear, and you're only going to see the regular price. So
All right. So how do they take advantage of this amazing offer? Is you would go to to digitaltrainingexperience.com. As soon as I get off the live, or maybe Shelby can help me. We're live in multiple places right now, but we'll put the link in the comments. But it's digitaltrainingexperience.com. Again, digitaltrainingexperience.com is where you can go to sign up and get your introductory rate for the next couple of days. And we hope to see you on Thursday at the very first class, which is all about how to recession proof your business. We're going to be giving you exact steps to take to protect you and your business, and not just protect it, but to thrive. Any closing thoughts,
Thrive.
Jason?
I'm just excited to get back to training in a public environment again. It's gonna be good. It's gonna be very
It's
good.
going to be good. I'm excited to have you back as well. I know the students definitely are, the other realtors. So we appreciate all the love, and we're so excited to be teaching you guys again on live, up-to-date interactive classes. We hope to see you there. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you hopefully on Thursday. Bye-bye.
Bye.